Jai Shriman Narayan. Jai Shriman Narayan. Jai Shriman Narayan. I pay my obeisances to my spiritual master, Srimad Jagat Guru Sudarshan Acharyaji Maharaj. I pay my obeisances to Lord Sri Ramanuj. I pay my obeisances to the Purva Acharyas. I pay my obeisances to the 12 Alvars. I pay my obeisances to Mother Lakshmi. And I pay my obeisances to Lord Sriman Narayan. Now welcome all of you here, physically at the Sri Narayan Dham in Durban, South Africa. I welcome those that are watching this discourse locally, nationally, and internationally. And I welcome in advance those that's going to be watching this discourse when it is posted on YouTube and the various groups from around the world. A very warm welcome to ACC
Active Citizens Coalition.
Active Citizens Coalition. I think this party was floated by Imtiaz. He's not around today. Okay, this party was floated by Imtiaz, who attended one of our functions. I think it was Guru Purnima earlier this year. I met him personally, and we have a common goal. In the periphery, religion or inter-religion cohesion is impossible. But at the core, as you can see today, it is every soul's desire to unite with each other. It's just that we need to break this peripheral barriers that holds us apart. And this is what Imtiaz and I discussed the day when I met him. And I was very honored to have met a young man who has his head straight, both religiously, spiritually, and politically. You need these three ingredients to survive as a human on this planet: religion, spirituality, and politics. It is intertwined. You cannot separate it. Separation of religion and spirituality has allowed the demon to settle in all the seats, not only in South Africa, but around the world. Demons are ruling the world today. So we need to, and this is the reason why I've decided to become apolitical, so that I can freely give you this platform to change and make a change in our community. And I think this is a world first, what we are doing at the Sri Narayan Dham. And it takes one atom of positive vibration to change all the atoms that are associated with it positively. So you are the soldier. I am just a medium. The soldiers are you. I am proud of you sitting here today to come to the ashram as Muslims, as Christians. But you came with a clean heart, because I have a scanner at the door. And take the baton. I was honored, we are honored to have Pastor here that's filming me today. People won't believe all of this on the outside.
Yes.
Okay. But this was my desire from Standard 8. When I was in Standard 8, I became an activist at Sastry College.
Okay.
And we were in an all-boys school. And we met at Orient High. How many of you know Orient High? Durban?
Yes.
Yes, it used to be a venue for Indian Hindu weddings.
Yes.
In the main.
Yes.
All right, because it could accommodate 5,000 people upstairs and downstairs. So during the school boycotts, we gathered there, Sastry College Girls High, Gandhi Desai, and Orient High.
Yes.
All right. So we came from an all-boys school, and one of our boys got naughty, and they were suspending us from this gathering. And I gave this speech, which fragments of that speech will be spoken today, where I said, my dream and my desire is to have every race, every culture on one platform for South Africa. And this was in 1978. I became an activist in 1978, and I have not stopped acting, both good and bad, until God propelled me to act only in the good. And that was in 2013. Okay, so I've been around. I went to university after school, and I joined the military. I was in the police force. I ventured into business, and I ventured into politics. 2001, I made my political appearance, and as an assignment, I asked my political leader, who is late today. He went the wrong way, so I don't want to mention his name. I respect his soul. But I asked him to give me an assignment so I could prove myself with my political capabilities to join his organization. 2001, school fees was a national issue, and I looked up the Schools Act of 1996, and I found that the attorneys representing the schools were fraudulently extracting school fees, and poor parents, their things were getting repossessed and sold. I don't know if you remember 2001 when this was happening around the country. I sent a fax to the minister, Asmal Kader, and he sent down Duncan Hindle, and we resolved the school fees crisis. I went personally from school to school. So we opened the office, and thousands of parents from around Durban queued up, and we made sure that their children received the education as per the constitution of our country. The children could not be punished because of the parents' inability to pay. And we made sure this happened. This was my first assignment. I was successful, and I think that year over 200,000 people from around South Africa, or pupils, now they're called learners, were allowed to get the reports, the results, and attend school the following year without paying school fees if they could not afford it. All right. So I'm sitting here as a guru today. Years ago, I was involved in politics. I sense all of you are grassroots politicians. That's where you need to be if you want to be successful. Be on the ground. Have tea with the citizens of this country. Have tea, have whatever they can offer you. The poorer the citizens are, the greater the meal you're going to get. All right? So these are a few tricks of the trade that the Guru is passing on to you. God has chosen you to get up because the demon and the demonic is utilizing the wealth of this country for their own benefit. And it is God within that has awakened you. As Jessica, my political consultant, has informed me, how many parties have registered?
246.
246 parties have registered with the IEC, which is great, which means South Africans have gotten up. But it's also not so great because it means that they also saw the gravy train. And they believe by becoming a politician, they can enrich themselves quickly. They do not have to work anymore. Just become a politician, meet some of the Guptas, and you have enriched yourself. Okay? So, be honest and don't become an opposition. I don't know why the term opposition is used in politics. If you're working for the government and if the government is paying your salary, how do you become the opposition guy? You earn in your salary from the same government. If you become councillors, all of you that are standing, I just hope and pray that you make it. When you make it, work with the municipality, not against the municipality. I see professors, I see attorneys, I see doctors in politics, in political parties, and they call themselves the opposition. Opposition means negative energy. Yes or no? So you create an aura of negativity by just giving yourself a name, the opposition. Then they literally become the opposition. They don't look at the bills, bill by bill. So if there is a pothole on Varsity Drive, and if the ruling municipality states that the pothole must be fixed, and if you are the opposition, then you say, no, do not fix the pothole. You understand? This is what's happening, and this is what's holding progress in all spheres of government. So please do not call yourself opposition. If you get elected, you are governors because you are governing a particular ward or particular wards. You are not opposing. You are governing. You are minority governors if you have less than those that are governing. You understand? And when I was in politics, 2001, our organization was based in Chatsworth. And when we used to go into the ward, I used to call the PR councillors and ward councillors of that ward and work together with them. I wanted the public to see all the different political parties working hand in hand with the same issue. If there's an issue, if there's a pothole on this road, and then all those parties associated with this area should be seen together fixing that pothole, don't you think?
Yes. Yeah.
Because we are spending so much of time opposing each other, we are forgetting why we got elected. We are elected to perform a function. Again, we have to take the stand. I think you guys are the fifth party that has come here today, all right? And I'm bringing all of you on one platform. I hope bhai we can get, I know many Maulanas, I'm coming from old school. I have 3 step-brothers that are Muslim. Mataji and I separated, we were divorced for 10 years. In that time, I had a Muslim wife. I have a Muslim daughter who's married to a white, and I have a grandson from her who will be a Christian. You understand? So I'm not theoretically teaching you how to be one. God has placed me. Nothing is a coincidence. I'm sitting here today as a guru. It's not a coincidence. It's not something I liked. I was an atheist for 35 years of my life. Okay? So if I'm here, it has to be real. Because I'm coming from the extreme. Then again, if everything is God incidents, then my stepbrothers, my daughter has also to be God incidents. For me to preach oneness it has to run through my blood. Okay? So I'm really seeing you equally. Not to make a political statement or to be religiously correct, like we say politically correct. I really see you as one. Okay? And I hope you can take this. And I know you've been doing it before. Alright? My granddaughter was how old when she didn't have milk? In this, not lockdown, this rioting, this burning, this looting. Yeah, my granddaughter was 1 month and she takes powdered milk and there was no milk. So we went looking around for milk and I found an organization, I think that's affiliated with you guys next to Overport City. And we went there and we got milk for my granddaughter. And we thought it was for sale, but it was a donation. And it melted my heart. I cried in a car because you guys are so great in the Islamic community. So if you want to learn, we are unique in our religion. We are one in our spirituality. But we have to learn from each other's uniqueness. Like an ant is unique because it can carry 10 times its weight. A fish is unique, it can sleep in a swimming position. A bird is unique, it can see an ant from 5,000 meters in the sky. Similarly, in our different religions, God loves diversity. And the simplest example I give in diversity is an apple. How many types of apple we have? It's because the Creator loved diversity. He diversified everything. How many types of roses we have? And that's how many types of humans we have. And that's how many types of religions we have. Because God loves diversity. He is the Creator. Okay? So, the take out from Islam is devotion to the Lord. No one can show you devotion to the Lord as Islam. Currently, today. No one can show you peace from Christianity as of today. The takeout from Christianity is peace. And no one can show you diversity as from Hinduism. So if you want to learn from Hinduism, you learn in Hinduism. I've been breaking this phenomena for the past 7 years. In Hinduism, Hindus themselves believe that there are many gods. And they all worship many gods, but they can stay together unified. So that unification through diversity you can learn from Hinduism. Devotion and seva you learn from Islam. Peace you learn from Christianity. So in our diversity we have wealth that we can give to the next religion. Alright? And I'm saying that I think there was a truck load of bread that came from Joburg to Durban wood. And at that point in time, you all became breados. Alright? But we have, from the Hindu perspective, a lot of learning to do in terms of seva and in terms of devotion. Our Hindus are devoted mostly to the wives, to the husband, to the children, and to the money. All right? I have, as I said, I have a family of Islam people. I have many Maulanas. Jessica will tell you, we spend over 20, 30 years. We don't find any difference in each other. And the right hand and the left hand does not know how much was donated. And I want to state this, it's my birthday today. I'm 59. I don't know how long I have to live. But this seed of unity in diversity, I want to plant. Generally, a tree that is planted, or the seed that is planted, the planter does not enjoy the shade. Okay? So I'm trying my best. You know, this discourse is international, it's going to go around the world, it's going around the world. And I'm fearlessly, I was reprimanded by my own in a WhatsApp group when I said that we love humans of all religions. We love humans of all religions equally. And when I started this on the 8th of May this year, I brought politicians of all races, all colors, all creeds, and I brought all the various religious leaders in one function. Those that attended were shocked themselves. You understand? But it is our desire, every one of us. It is our desire. We just needed to break this bound. Coming back to politics, it is very, very simple. Municipalities are run by rates and taxes. Yes? Municipalities are run by rates and taxes that's collected on our bill. I have a boy working in the back today, he's leveling the parking for next week function. We might have a lot of cars, and Yola invited, I think Jessica, they invited us. And I'm also, because you are present today, I'm physically inviting you. Our institution is going to be 8 years old, and I'm 59 today. We're combining the two, and we're having a big function, right? So that guy that's working in the back, I paid him my money to work in the back. And I told him, you take this rake, you take this spade. And just for your information, I've been working this entire week with him. You can see, spade for spade, I worked with him, all right? So today he's working in the back. He has to do everything that I instruct him to do because the money belongs to me, all right? Similarly, councillors and mayors and the entire administration of the municipality is paid by your money. They work for us. They work for us. But we have forgotten this. And we think they are doing us a favor. The mayor, there's no difference between the mayor and that person that's digging my land in the back. There is absolutely no difference between the mayor sitting in an office there in City Hall and that boy that's digging the property in the back. Both are getting paid for the services. This boy is not doing me a favor. And the mayor is not doing us a favor, because the mayor is getting paid with our hard-earned, honest money. We make a lot of sacrifices to pay our bills. Sometimes we cannot eat what we desire to eat so that our lights don't get cut off, our water don't get cut off, and our land don't get repossessed and sold because we cannot pay the rates. Yes or no? So why do we allow ourselves to be ruled by our servants. We must break this mindset. We must break this mindset. A counselor is our servant. When the counselor comes, when we action the counselor to do something, he has to do it, or else as a collective we must remove him. Like my boy in the back, if he is going to hold a spade and stand, and I want so much of work done, I'm going to fire him. And I'm going to replace him with another boy that's going to level my land. Similarly, don't we have the power to remove people who are not working? What is that power? No. The payment of our rates and taxes. If you don't pay your rates and taxes, those people can't get paid. Okay? So we need a group of attorneys to become activists. So they can learn the municipal laws. Jessica, I asked Jessica to invite all the Chapter 9 institutions after the politics at the Sri Narayan Dham, because we want to be practical. We want to be practical, and when I do that, 2 representatives from your party or 3 from all the parties need to come and sit here, and we need to know our rights. And we need our rights to be enforced so that this municipality, we're talking about eThekwini now, we live here, we can set an example to all the municipalities in South Africa. The only way we can do this if we work together. If we divide ourselves, then we lose so much of energy in the division that we allow these demons to usurp power that belongs to us. Yes or no? So municipality is about roads, electricity, water, sewage. We must take ownership again of this, because we're paying for it. We are paying for it. All registered rate payers are not vote banks. Vote banks are the informal settlements that the government has placed around us. They sacrifice those humans. Look at how inhuman the current government is. They place 5,000, 5,000, 5,000 around each ward as vote banks. They use these humans. You all have attended, you all belong to eThekwini Secure, isn't it? Yes? You all seen what is happening around? When a shack catches on fire, when there's a child in that shack, when it rains, when the flood goes into these shacks in the bottom here, what happens? What despicable conditions are those people living there? They're only living there because they have been brainwashed. They are just vote banks for the current government. Yes? Yes, so we need to start working at this grassroots as a collective. As a collective, we will make a difference. Your candidate's going to talk just now. All right? Talk from your heart. Forget your script. Knowledge is already there. Right. We're living in this country for 27 years. We saw how we've been robbed. The evidence is there already in the robbery. We know who is promoting violence. We know who is promoting racism. We know who is siphoning our monies out. We know these things. We don't have to name. We know it's a reality. But we have to put together a plan of action. And there's no better time than now.
That's right, yeah.
There's no better time than now. Nobody respects our president. Have you watched news lately?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody is respecting the president. And if the head of a country is not respected, then it's time to make that change. And the change will start in the municipality, and you guys will also have a few seats from that 400 seats in national.
Oh, lovely.
Yes, but the change will start now. And in politics, don't stop working. Don't stop working, and don't be a magician. Because magician appears election time and disappears after election. Be a politician, not a magician. And the Guru is saying these things, and Jessica will verify, because I myself worked grassroots politics. Don't make that seat your ambition. That seat that you are fighting for, don't attach all your energies to become a counselor. Attach your energies to help those people in your ward. Your ward. Each of you have been designated a ward. Give your 100% in your ward will give you 100% back. When the ward gives you 100% back, that translates into your seat. Yes?
Correct.
Okay, and I don't think you heard my previous discourses, so I'm saying this, I think the 6th or 7th time, that Jessica and I were in a national organization, political party, we don't want to mention, all right, but it was a national political party. I fielded about 47 candidates here in eThekwini, Durban. I was number 1 on the PR listing. I asked Jessica to remove me from number 1, and we gave that seat to who I found was most competent in representing the party. Don't you think that's the honorable thing to do? Because I had capacity to bring 47 candidates on board. That's where I was competent. But I was not competent in debating and sitting in council. So I gave that to the most competent. And I think political parties, I was talking to Jessica yesterday, we were in Newlands East, and a ward was initiated, and I went to bless that ward and the councillor. And I was saying that we should have some type of education. Parties should educate their candidates what to expect when they go to council. All right? Because when you do your kitchen, ladies, when you want to revamp your kitchen, do you just bring anyone that knows how to hold a hammer, nail and wood?
No.
No. Why? You make sure the right person put your cupboard. As Mataji, she doesn't want a stove too high, too low, a sink too high, too low. You are specific. Yes? So why should anybody become the counselor? Because a counselor is running our life. Once we give them the license, so they should have some capacity. There should be a pro forma where there is an agreement between the voters and the voted. And if you violate that agreement, then we should be allowed to remove you and replace you. Okay, so I don't think God, you are here today. It's God's gift to me. Thank you very much, all of you that are here today. We are going to perform a ritual that's called Aarti. So Aarti, simply the science behind Aarti is we wave light to a deity. That light signifies coming from darkness into light. That is all. But as I said, I respect each one of you and your religion 100%. Okay? And our dictum at the Sri Narayan Dham is, respect all, worship your own. Respect all, worship your own. Based on that, I'm only going to ask that my devotees and those that are Hindu get involved in this ritual, because I will respect you the same as if you are conducting this ritual. You understand? I'm looking at this from the top. All right? So if it's not in your religion and your faith to offer light, sit there, it's as if you're offering light. Guru or the members of the Sri Narayan Dham is not offended. Because one day we might come to the mosque, one day we might come to the church, and we also would not like to be imposed on what we do not know. Okay? All right? So, by you refraining, you're not offending this institution, you are practicing your religious freedom and your religious right. Jai Shri Mann.